Good morning, everyone. We are here with Memcot's Backache 2. Today, we are going to talk about backache, which is inflammatory in origin. And we have to understand that everything related in medicine is about history taking, about clinical medicine. Backache is no different. In fact, backache has more component of clinical this thing rather than investigative. Investigative is big time coming up and it is very relevant in today's day and time. But if you miss out the history, you just miss the bus. Because a lot of times, even after the investigative modality, it is your history which would be making a lot of decisions about what next to do or what diagnosis to label this. Backaches when they walk into your clinic, and when I say backache, I'm talking about the neck pain and the dorsal spine pain and the lumbar pain, all inclusive. You need to categorize them in your mind whether this guy who is walking in is looking more inflammatory, looking more mechanical, looking probably infective, or looking into something more miscellaneous, like it could be a stress related soft tissue pain or a postural pain or a bone metabolic dysfunction or even a metastasis for that matter. So backaches can be varied, and I'm not even talking about backaches arising out of non-orthopedic causes. So you would have backaches arising out of renal cause, out of gynecological cause, out of intra-abdominal cause, and of course, these days with so much of stress running around in society, psychological causes of backache are huge. And I will tell you out of, I don't have statistics, but pure clinical observational things over a period of 30 years, that majority of backaches which last longer and have an organic cause do have a psychological cause as a component going on along, and probably that component is what is preventing from full resolution, or that component is probably triggering it to continue. The mechanical causes of back pain are all the degenerative changes that we talked of, and everyone over here was there last time, so it's all right. I just couldn't miss this. So, no, jokes apart, mechanical back pain is the whole degenerative rainbow of lumbosacral strains, discogenic pains, facetogenic pains, proper disc prolapses, proper facetal osteoarthritis, root canal stenosis, proper central lumbar canal stenosis, cervical spondylotic radiculopathies, cervical spondylotic myelopathies. All these mechanical ones, the listhesis, the instability due to listhesis, are all mechanical and will behave in a particular fashion, which is these are all either acute, subacute, or acute on chronic. They will be relieved by rest and worse by activity. They will have a radiation along a particular dermatome. They may or may not have neurological symptoms like paresthesia or weakness of grip or weakness of the toes when they're walking and slipping off the chappals. And they will not have other systemic concomitants. However, degenerative change being the age group, they may have a diabetes or a blood pressure or a ischemic heart disease or a Parkinson's together, but that's not because of the degenerative change. That is because of the age group that we are talking about. So, mechanical backaches are, in that sense, you can separate them out, versus an inflammatory backache, which is what we are going to talk today. Inflammatory backaches are usually seen in younger individuals. Usually, you will, if you have a young male having a backache of more than 3 months, don't this. I mean, don't remove that possibility of a inflammatory component. All right, because it is very common in a young adult male, inflammatory backaches. These backaches are pains which will last at least 3 months for it to qualify into an inflammatory phenomenon. These backaches will be worse on rest and better by activity. These backaches will be more generalized than localized, meaning you will not have an inflammatory backache saying मुझे यहाँ दर्द हो रहा है. You will have an inflammatory backache saying my pain is from here till here or from here till here. Of course, you will have postural pains also saying that. You may have psychological pains also saying that. But an inflammatory backache, what I am trying to say, is less localized and more generalized. Everything here is never, never, and not always, always. It's gone to take off. We are talking of more likely to be. So you have situations where the backache gets worse with rest, meaning all these inflammatory backaches will be people who will be having a morning stiffness. Morning stiffness lasting at least half an hour for it to qualify being a morning stiffness of inflammatory origin. All of us, after a tired day, next day morning when you get up, for that first 2 or 3 minutes you will find yourself stiff. Don't qualify that as morning stiffness. Morning stiffness is one where the stiffness in the morning lasts at least half an hour for it to qualify as a inflammatory morning stiffness. All these backaches will be better by activity, meaning once they start moving, they are better. But they will not have a sustaining capacity, meaning if you say that, okay, सुबह को उठा, 1 घंटा बहुत जाम था, everything was stiff, very painful, I had to take a hot water bath, I had to do my stretching exercise, and then I felt better. Now I'm able to walk around. Inflammatory backaches will also have other joint involvement most of the times, meaning you will have a oligoarticular affection. With that backache, they will have, say, one shoulder, one knee, or maybe one hip, one SI joint. So the other joints may be involved. So look for that. Ask for that kind of history. Once you start thinking of an inflammatory backache, go back to their history and find out in the last few years, have they had joint disorders? Have they had large joint affections? These inflammatory backaches, their radiation will not be along a dermatome, right? Their radiation is more diffuse. So these were the causes that we were talking about previously. So when these guys have a radiation, the inflammatory backaches, when they have a radiation, their radiation is more diffuse. They'll say this whole area is paining also. So it's a diffuse thoracic cage or a diffuse gluteal radiation versus a mechanical backache which has a radicular pressure. You will get a pain going down, say, the C6 along the thumb, or going down the leg in front, say a L5. So that is along a dermatome that they have. All right. And what that radiation will mean is more of inflammatory other joint affections, meaning the costovertebral joint gets affected. So the chest expansion reduces, and that's why they feel that stiffness of the chest. Inflammatory backaches will have possibilities of extra articular manifestations. When you say extra articular manifestations, what do I mean? You will have a situation where the other systems are involved. For example, the eye. The eye will be involved, like iridocyclitis, uveitis, choroiditis, conjunctivitis. All these would be extra articular manifestations, and you need to find out that by prodding in the history if they are not forthcoming. You will have GI tract affections, that is aphthous ulcers, diarrhea, bacterial diarrhea, non-bacterial diarrhea, You will have GU tract affections, that is cervicitis, belanoposthitis, urethritis. Urethritis again, bacterial, non-bacterial. Then you will have skin affections, that is psoriasis, keratoderma blennorrhegica. So all these non-orthopedic extra-articular, that is why it is known as extra-articular. Now, articular se bhi alag. Extra-articular means enthesopathy is also an extra-articular manifestation. Enthes is junction. Enthesopathy is junctional tissue inflammation. So attachment of a fascia on the bone, attachment of a aponeurosis on the muscle, attachment of a tendon on the bone, attachment of a ligament on the bone, all these enthes undergo inflammatory change, and these enthesopathies are very, very common in seronegative spondyloarthropathies. You will find out, I mean, if you, I'll go to this extent that you have a young male, not the ideal 45, 50 wala. You have a 20, 25, 30-year-old male whose heel pain is just not going for 6 months, 1 year. Means we are looking at an enthesopathy which is lasting too long. Watch this guy ahead. He will probably turn up with a seronegative spondyloarthropathy. You will get a guy who is going to have a backache later on, or you prod him and he'll say, yeah, morning when I get up, I'm a little stiff. After that, I'm fine. But that, if you examine or investigate further, you may end up picking up a seronegative arthropathy. And if you go deeper into their life spaces, these are the people who are having some stress, and that's why the heel pain may not have gone. So I'll give you an example of my own building guy, neighbor. So we grew up together. He probably 4 5 years elder to me. And in my initial stages of practice, I'm talking the first 2 3 years, he used to come to me for heel pain, and his heel pain just wouldn't go. And I was wondering, what the heck? Yeah, why is he not? And that time, this batti had not happened in me. But then he developed backache, and then he started walking typically. And I said, oh shit, is this guy going into ankylosing? And that's why his heel pain was not. So I told him, let's investigate you. And I did find ankylosing coming up. So his first symptom lasting 1 2 years was just heel pain. That, I mean, these are rarities, but what I'm trying to say is keeping your eyes, minds, ears open to these possibilities. Enthesopathy is happening frequently in young males. Think of a seronegative spondyloarthropathy coming up later on in life. So inflammatory backaches are not just backaches. They have so much else to go by. We had one guy who used to come to us with only eye symptoms and occasional knee. And we used to first say, go and show the ophthalmologist. And one day he did show the ophthalmologist, and he said iridocyclitis, and we said, oh man, so we are looking at a proper writers. And he did develop writers subsequently in life, and it would match with what his professional life would take. Whenever there would be, he was a very, very upright worker and part of a union, and whenever the union would create trouble where he knew it is wrong, he would exacerbate either his uveitis or he would exacerbate his joints and spine. And the moment everything settles down, homeopathy also would start responding on him. It was, but see, all this is when you look it in a wider vista. I mean, when your whole blackboard is on, you haven't rubbed before, then you can identify that. But that wisdom comes only later. So inflammatory backaches are to be identified early so that you can prevent long-term stiffness. Inflammatory backaches have to be identified early as a homeopath, because you know it is a deep-seated disease, because you know it has a huge deep-seated stress which has created this autoimmunity. So as homeopaths, I think your attention should be more acute.